Hello! Today I want to talk about something that's been blowing up on Roblox TikTok recently, Roblox Rants, and how quickly misinformation spreads in that space. If you've been on TikTok lately, you've probably seen Roblox Rant videos. It's a huge niche where people talk over Roblox gameplay, usually about drama, personal stories, or so-called exposures. And the format is always the same. The gameplay is playing in the background, usually some random obby or combat game, while a text-to-speech voice speeds through everything like it's being chased. It's like, we're just here for the vibes, bro. And then suddenly it slows down into something insane like,
and then Randy, Jamal, and Tyrone demolishes my big booty.
It's absurd, it's unserious, and it's clearly meant to grab attention. Some of these rants are real. Some people are genuinely telling their own stories or talking about actual experiences, but a lot of them are exaggerated, misleading, or straight up fake, created purely for engagement.
Okay guys, listen. I was thinking about yogurts. And who is Gert? And why does we keep calling him?
Huh?
Every time I open his fridge, it's like, yo Gert, but Gert never show up. And when you eat yogurt,
And recently, things have gone way too far. Over the past few weeks, multiple Roblox creators have been accused of extremely serious things. And before I say anything else, I want to be very clear about this part. Allegations like these should always be taken seriously. Nobody is saying to ignore accusations involving harm or minors, but they also need to be backed by real proof. And that's exactly where the problem starts. Most of the evidence being passed around right now is just screenshots. No screen recordings, no verified usernames, no timestamps, no account history. Some of them don't even use the correct fonts. Anyone who spent more than 5 minutes online knows how easy it is to fake screenshots. You can make these in minutes. Believing everything you see online without questioning it is exactly how misinformation spreads. One of the creators people have been talking about a lot is NobleRants. He's been accused of inappropriate behavior involving minors. That's an extremely serious accusation. But when you actually look into it, there's a massive issue. There is no confirmed proof. Just screenshots being reposted again and again by drama pages and random accounts farming views. What makes the situation even worse is that NobleRants isn't even creating his own content. Almost everything on his page is taken from another creator named Slorb. Same clips, same audio, same jokes, completely reposted without credit. And because of that, people started confusing the two to the point where Slorb began getting accused of things he had absolutely nothing to do with. So let me be as clear as possible here, because apparently this still isn't clicking for people. Slorb and NobleRants are two completely different people. They are not the same creator. They are not affiliated. One reposts the other's content. That's it. Even after Slorb started watermarking his videos, the reposting didn't stop, and instead of properly addressing the allegations with any form of explanation, NobleRant simply reposted more content and added text saying the allegations were false. No breakdown, no evidence, no clarification, nothing. That doesn't prove innocence, but it also doesn't prove guilt. It just leaves everything in this weird gray area where misinformation thrives. Another creator who's been dragged into similar accusations is SmallArmRants. He's known for cringe content, sure, that's not really up for debate, but recently, screenshots started circulating claiming he was messaging a 13-year-old. Once again, the proof was unverified screenshots. No screen recordings, no confirmation from the platform, no account metadata, just images being passed around like they were facts. His mom actually responded publicly, explaining how easy it is to fake screenshots and pointing out that there's still no real proof. And honestly, that argument is valid. You don't have to like someone's content to acknowledge basic logic. Disliking someone or thinking they're cringe does not justify fabricating allegations that could permanently destroy their life. Despite that response, the harassment hasn't stopped. People continue labeling creators as predators without confirmed evidence. Comment sections turn into dog piles, drama pages repost the same images over and over and over, and nobody stops to think about the damage this causes if the accusations are false. And that's the real issue here. People are way too trusting on the internet. Misinformation spreads faster than the truth, especially in drama-driven communities like Roblox TikTok. Once a narrative starts, people don't want to question it. They want to be the first to react, the first to cancel, the first to say, I knew it. Even big creators and drama pages get things wrong. And when that happens, innocent people end up caught in the crossfire. I'm not saying everyone accused is innocent. I'm saying accusations require real proof. Screenshots alone are not enough. And until that proof exists, harassment helps absolutely no one. This format decides the outcome before anyone even finishes listening. Everything moves too fast. Thought doesn't get a chance to catch up, and verification doesn't either. Whatever sounds the loudest wins, not whatever's actually true. Short clips reward confidence, even when that confidence is completely fake. Pausing feels weak, explaining feels unnecessary, and adding context just gets you ignored. And that's how accusations, real, serious accusations, turn into background noise. A screenshot flashes on screen for half a second, long enough to scare people, but not nearly long enough to understand anything. By the time someone tries to slow it down and ask basic questions, the story's already locked in. Reposting makes it spiral. Each re-upload strips more away. Usernames disappear. Context gets shaved down. And captions drift further and further from whatever the original claim even was. Eventually, the story doesn't belong to anyone anymore. There's no source to question, no starting point to trace back, just momentum. And once momentum takes over, people stop seeing creators as people. They turn into ideas, labels, characters in a drama. Every old post gets re-examined, every joke looks suspicious, every awkward moment becomes a pattern. Neutrality stops existing. You either jump into the pylon or you're accused of defending something you never defended. That pressure changes everything in real time. Creators panic, viewers escalate, drama pages keep farming reactions. And the scariest part is that younger audiences watch all of this and learn that this is normal. They learn that evidence is optional, that being loud matters more than being right, that reputations are disposable. That doesn't lead anywhere good. Platforms don't collapse overnight. They rot slowly, one shortcut, one outrage cycle, one ignored standard at a time. What makes it worse is how quickly people forget there are real humans on the other side of these screens. Not avatars, not usernames, not content machines, but actual people. People with families, people with anxiety, people who wake up and check their phone not knowing what fresh accusation might be waiting for them. The internet treats distance like permission. Permission to speculate, to exaggerate, to say things you'd never say face to face. And once a rumor gets enough traction, it stops needing evidence to survive. It feeds on reaction alone. Clarifications get ignored. Corrections get buried. Apologies never travel as far as accusations. That imbalance is built into the system. Outrage spreads faster than context ever could. Anger travels better than restraint, and certainty sounds more confident than honesty. So people choose certainty, even when it's manufactured, especially when it's manufactured, because doubt doesn't perform well, caution doesn't trend, and waiting doesn't feel satisfying. Calling something out feels powerful, dragging someone feels productive, and being first feels more important than being right. That mindset changes how people behave online. It encourages extremes, rewards escalation, and punishes anyone who hesitates. Over time, the bar for proof gets lower while the consequences get higher, and once that happens, anyone can become the next example. All it takes is timing, a few screenshots, and the right repost page. There's no appeal process, no reset button, no moment where everyone stops and asks whether this actually makes sense, just noise. And noise has a way of drowning out everything else, including truth, empathy, and restraint. That's the part that sticks with me. Not the drama, not the names, not the clips, but the realization that this cycle keeps repeating because it's profitable. Until that changes, stories like this won't stop. They'll just keep finding new targets. Before sharing the next clip, take a second. Screenshots don't explain themselves. Context doesn't survive speed. And outrage isn't the same thing as truth. Questions matter, details matter, proof matters. And it's not just one platform. This pattern shows up everywhere. On social media apps, in group chats, in comment sections, even in casual conversations online. The same clip, the same rumor, the same accusation can travel differently depending on the audience, but the outcome is often the same. A rush to judgment, a race to react, a public shaming that spreads faster than anyone can stop it. It doesn't matter if the accusation is minor or major. Once momentum builds, perception becomes reality. And humans are incredibly adaptable to patterns. We start anticipating outrage, predicting what will trigger a reaction, learning to perform for the algorithm rather than to communicate honestly. That creates a culture where fear drives behavior, where hesitation feels dangerous, and where silence can be interpreted as guilt.